Hi everyone, today's Legal 101 being a Thursday is on environment and land law, particularly to do with agriculture. Now, over the weekend, I met this young lady at ABC Plaza. She had a stand and was introduced herself as an agent of Greenpeace Africa. I had never heard of them until then. She said basically she was asking for a donation because she said that there is a petition in court um, seeking that certain provisions in the Seeds and Plant Varieties Act are amended. So she explained and said that that act criminalizes activities between farmers where they sell or and that includes barter trade, um, seeds, indigenous seeds to each other without proper regulations. And she said that traditionally people just would exchange seeds between each other. There's a bar here. So I decided to look the organization up. I saw what they do on their website, and you can check it out, Greenpeace, on the Greenpeace website, Greenpeace Africa. And I also looked at the Seeds and Plant Varieties Act. It's a 1975 act, but I've seen amendments made in 2012 and 2016. And relevant to this Legal 101 today, I wish to point out some things, some provisions in the Act. Number one, the Act requires, and this is after the amendment in 2012, that people who grow any specific crop for the main purpose of seed production, or people who sell any seeds, must be registered as such. The Act also prohibits the selling, including barter trade, of seeds or display of those seeds for sale if there is no proof that the seeds have been tested and declared pure, which means they do not have harmful material, and they are viable and will germinate. You cannot sell or display for sale seeds if you do not have certification, and this certification is issued by the government parastatal Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service. Okay, imagine that. The Act also requires that farmers who engage in this kind of exchange must keep a record of the sales that they make, and so that when these seed inspectors come in to ask for these records, or for whatever reason, then they are quickly provided. And lastly, the Act provides that if you grow these seeds, you must keep a record of the acreages sown and the yields made. Okay, so just imagine somebody in Ushago who's planting and selling or exchanging seeds. Just imagine that they have to be on a database somewhere, keep a record of everything they do, before they exchange it with somebody else, be certified to do so. You see? Now, if you fail to comply with any of these requirements, it is a criminal offense that carries a fine of up to 1 million upon conviction, or to 2 years imprisonment, or to both. Okay? Depending on the circumstances of the case. Now, this, according to Greenpeace, is punitive, because it means farmers who would initially engage in this freely cannot do it unless they have funds to enter into this registration, to certify their seeds, etc. And this therefore kills our culture, because that is something that has been done over and over. It's contrary to Article 11 of the Constitution of Kenya. That article recognizes culture as the foundation of our nation. Okay, it kills patriotism, it kills small businesses, it lowers the income and of course food supply, and therefore that goes into the gross violation of the right to be free from hunger and to have adequate food of acceptable quality. It kills neighborliness, it kills domestic agriculture. So then you wonder, why was this regulation made? And according to Greenpeace, big businesses can comply, and therefore they will monopolize the industry, which means this barter trade will not be done among the smaller farmers. They also mentioned that 80 to 90% of this exchange, sale and purchase of seeds is done by smaller farmers. Okay, so this 20% or 10% who are being fought for actually are not players in this industry, and by turning the wheels, you're giving them an upper hand, which is what they deem to be what is happening, or what was intended by the enaction of this act. Now, I'll give you an example of a case where actually this favored a bigwig. It's a 2017 judgment by Justice Mulwa in the High Court. A farmer bought seeds, certified wheat seeds from Kenya Seed Company Limited for 11.2 million. They were told the seeds were certified. They went and took and planted them, but only 40% of the seeds germinated. So they went back to Kenya Seed and said, what happened? Turns out Kenya Seed had not actually certified the seeds. And so they were suing because they said they lost income, they lost earnings, they had to replant the seeds because Kenya Seed had to give them to replace the seeds that had not germinated. So they were seeking 28 million in compensation. Eventually they got 2.5 million, and they in fact even sued, lodged an appeal because they were dissatisfied. How do you go from 28 million to 2.5 million? But the Court of Appeal judges, Justices Karanja, Mohammed and Ole Kantai, in a 2022 judgment agreed with Justice Mulwa, and it's because of evidence that was provided. That's a completely different story. You can imagine smaller farmers do not have the opportunity to buy seeds worth this amount, go to court when things go haywire, afford an advocate. So you can just imagine the kind of players we're talking about, okay? Parliament, under Article 11 of the Constitution of Kenya, is mandated to enact law that will recognize and protect the ownership of indigenous seeds and plant varieties. And clearly, what is happening now is contrary to that. And actually, Section 27A of the Act, the Seeds and Plant Varieties Act, establishes the Plant Genetic Resources Center for Food and Agriculture, whose primary function is protection, conservation, sustainable utilization of plant genetic resources for food and agriculture, including indigenous seeds and plant varieties in Kenya. It is a creation of an amendment to that act in 2016. I'm not sure whether that center is operationalized, because I tried to look for the website, I couldn't find it. I found Uganda's center, which then means it is not accessible to the public. So where do the farmers actually go? Okay, and I do not know how far that case that is supported by the Greenpeace organization has gone. I don't know how far it has gone. I saw that it is a Machakos case. I don't have the case number. So I will tag them in this video. Maybe they might want to raise more awareness in the comments or something of the nature. Or maybe you might want to find them. I saw on their website that they are on Facebook, they are on X, they are on Instagram. You're a farmer and this is beneficial to you, or you're looking for somebody to hold your hand because you are facing similar issues, perhaps you could reach out to them. I have not worked with them before. I did not know of them before the weekend. You might want to do your due diligence. They say on their website that they do not accept money from corporations or governments. They deal with donations. I guess that is to maintain their independence, but I do not know, so I cannot tell you for sure. But if this is something you're interested in, or you would like to be involved because it affects you directly, then I suggest that is a place to start. Okay, share this with farmers that you might know that are interested in this. I think it pertains to them, and until the amendment is made, the small person will not be catered for. I thought it was important to share. Now, a bit of housekeeping. I'll not have a Legal 101 video on Friday. We meet again on Monday. Okay, so have a good weekend. Bye.